Well, there is a very interesting theme that First Daily has proposed that will be discussed, and we are looking forward to the discussants who we believe will do justice to the subject matter. I know that when the guest speaker, Dr. Sam Amadi, speaks to that, he will analyze all of it. And just knowing that a day or two ago, yesterday was when they concluded the Anambra elections. So it will be nice to see how the votes of the Anambra people counted or were made to count. I don't have details about that. But we have a long way to go as far as protecting the sovereignty, ring-fencing the sovereignty that our Constitution says belongs to the people. Because the only time Nigerians express that sovereignty that the Constitution rightly says is theirs is during elections. As a matter of fact, because of the importance of that notion of sovereignty that resides in the people, which periodically they donate to whoever or whichever government, for some of us, rigging of elections is the worst coup you can plan. Is the worst coup you can undertake. Yes, I know there's a lot of talk about the notion of coup and so on. We're waiting for details. But when a politician plans to write fake results, I'm not even talking of a politician having money and weaponizing the poverty and illiteracy of his people, and therefore using money to induce them. I'm not saying that is good. No, that is condemnable. But a worst form of violation of the sovereignty of the people is when politicians, governments, security agencies, and the electoral umpire itself collude, to use General Danjuma's word, collude, and then cook election results that have no reference whatsoever to the people. In other words, the people don't even vote, but votes are written and ascribed to them. And then people say, go to court. Now, as far as I'm concerned, anyone who has planned that, anyone who has carried that out, those are the real coup makers. Because that is a coup against democracy, against the country, against the sovereignty of the people. I hope that with the efforts that we are making at the National Assembly in terms of amendment of the electoral laws, we will get to a level where that outright subversion and usurpation or disregard of the sovereignty of the people, at that level, we should be able to avoid that. Other things you can argue, but to write results and use soldiers and police and INEC giving result sheets to people ahead of elections. I was governor in an opposition and fought a lot of battles to keep my state in opposition. And I saw all of this. What the average Nigerian politician calls election planning, my dear friends, and fellow Nigerians, if we are honest, is conspiracy to commit crimes and commission of crimes. When they call party meetings to plan elections, ruling parties will call police officers, the top senior people, to come. Sitting with partisan politicians in the ruling parties. They will call all security services to be there. They will call INEC, the topmost INEC people, to be there to plan elections. How do we capture Bayelsa, for example? And that is what they do. And if we were in a decent country, now Trump calls us shithole country. We are not. But there are a lot of things wrong that we must, by ourselves, say, no, this is too low for us, we can't get there. You can't say you want to do elections and you give fake result sheets to my opponents, to the so-called ruling party, and they go and... That's why people decamp. That's the reason most people run there, because they want to be beneficiaries of the federal fraud, which they call federal might. So that's the situation we are faced with. And we believe that the next round of elections should make us become proud of our country. Elections should not make us look small. It should make us reaffirm our faith in the Nigerian dream and in the Nigerian project. Well, fortunately, I'm not a discussant, but I've used the opportunity that the publisher has given me as chairman to make these general remarks, which is not the first time I'm saying these things. And we should speak up, all of us shouldn't be silent. We have to all speak up, but most importantly, we also all have to do what is right in our little corners to make sure that our country gets to where we want it to go, so that leaders don't keep referring to our great country in derogatory terms. All of them doing so, and some of the clips that you saw. So thank you very much for coming and for the attention. And once again, I congratulate publisher and First Daily for the wonderful job you are doing. I thank all of you for finding time to be here to encourage and support them. And we'll look forward, as I said, for the days and years and months that we'll continue to celebrate First Daily. Thank you very much, and God bless you. And I believe we will have a very fruitful discussion. Thank you.